Hey there guys, here we are again, back with another Atomic Drop Wrestling podcast. That time of the month where Keaton and I talk about everything wrestling related. And I guess this falls on a pretty appropriate day because coming up tonight we've got WWE Fastlane, the highly anticipated pay-per-view, which leads up to WrestleMania. But it's not, I've got to say, I've never really been a big fan of the Fastlane name. I think the first Fastlane was like last year, right?
Do they call it Fastlane because it's like the road to WrestleMania? Yeah. So they're just like,
yeah, it's the fast lane to WrestleMania. Yeah. I guess that's what it is. But it's not really my favorite name that they've had in this spot in the past. But hey,
well, after this, it's WrestleMania, right? Or is there another pay-per-view?
No. After this, it is straight to WrestleMania. So
all right,
this sets the stage for the granddaddy of them all, I guess you could say. And I guess we'll just go straight into the card. Obviously, we had the Rumble kind of last month, which was what did you think? I kind of enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good. It was all right ish.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was a pay-per-view with Owens and Ambrose, right? What was it, like a tables match or something?
Yeah, that was a great opener to
No, it was Last Man Standing or whatever.
Yeah, Last Man Standing.
That was a great match.
Yeah, great.
I honestly kind of thought that the Ric Flair thing was a little unnecessary. I know some people defend it because that's Ric Flair's thing, but I felt like that could have just been not done at all, and the match would have been perfectly fine. It was I didn't really dig it.
So Ric Flair kissing Becky Lynch was just a bit of a something you just was like, eh.
It's something I feel like, considering the way that the story has been going, and you're working with two pretty credible wrestlers,
right?
It doesn't really need that kind of shenanigans. I feel that's very old school, like Raw. I mean, Attitude Era sort of stuff, where
the key thing to remember here is that the WWE did edit it out in like the replays, so I guess they kind of felt the same way afterwards. But I
wonder if that was just Ric Flair trying to add some pizzazz to the match on his own.
Yeah, it's very
maybe
weird.
It wasn't called for. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I mean, I think Becky would have approved, I imagine, but pretty weird spot. But yeah, we also had the AJ debut at the Rumble. Came in at number 3, which was
the Rumble was actually pretty good. I thought it was going to be full of like part-timers and a whole bunch of useless stuff, but there was actually some pretty good stuff there, and I'm glad that AJ had a pretty good run.
Hold on, who called it though? Who said that Triple H was going to come in the Rumble and was going to win the match? I believe if you go back and listen to the last podcast, I said that. So yeah, it was very predictable. I could see that happening, and whatever, Triple H won.
Yeah, so I guess moving forward a bit, I did like the way that Triple H sort of sewed it on Raw the next night, where he was just like, the reason I had to go in was because Roman Reigns was disrespecting the championship, and as far as I'm concerned, Vince McMahon is a god, and I'll be damned if anyone disrespects my religion. Obviously, they didn't really go anywhere with that, but I was just like, you know what? I can respect that. A man who has devoted so much time to the company, and for Roman Reigns to come in and be, technically the only motivation behind Roman Reigns' character to do what he did to Vince McMahon was because the boss didn't like him. But as all of us have worked in jobs, you've worked for bosses who hate you or who won't give you your due. You don't punch them in the face,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It's kind of a weird thing. I kind of like, especially with Triple H in general, Always, the whole thing was that, I don't need to be the champ, but I want to be. But obviously, he's just playing a character there. I kind of feel like Triple H would rather just not be doing this right now.
Yeah.
Just because of where he is at the minute within the company. Obviously, he does a lot for NXT. He's out there on every week being the babyface kind of promoter who runs it. And he just plays a heel on like the main show, and like I kind of feel like it's just like that in general though with everybody, especially the authority though. You've got Vince McMahon hiring like people to like make her like the chief brand officer, this like the face of the company basically. Did you hear about this? That she's actually hired like somebody to like look after her social media and like make her the face, and like obviously she's into all kind of like the charitable stuff and like the philanthropy style kind of stuff, but obviously kind of the business is very exposed these days. But it's just a bit weird to me that, you know, on one show he would be a face and then, you know, is like a heel on the main brand. And I kind of feel like Triple H feels the same way. Like, just when I watch him, like, I think he'd just rather be just doing the NXT stuff. And I'm kind of hoping they don't need like bad guys to play the off. Like,
well, the way I see it is, I don't know. I feel like Triple H is probably okay with it in the respect that I think he knows the NXT audience. You know, he knows that he can go out there and be like, you know, this is a brand, and you know, he can be the face of NXT, or you know, be the proud father, so to speak, of NXT, right. And you know, be that man. But then he can also go to Raw and be the evil, bad authority figure, and the audience will get it. You know, at least the NXT audience will get it. So
exactly, yeah. I kind of see it like that, but I'm just over the old like having like bad guys run the show. You know what I mean? Like Regal does a good job on NXT. You know, it's just like it's kind of like the Jack Tunney in a way. You know, like the old school kind of presidents who used to like run the promotions, like just characters basically. And you know, he's a face, and I'm just kind of past this whole authority thing. But we'll see what resolution that's going to have. Might involve Seth at some point when he comes back. You know, who knows what it's going to build to. Yeah. And I guess that leads to Fastlane, which is a main event. I might as well go straight into it. So it's going to be Ambrose, Reigns, and Lesnar in a triple threat match. Winner faces Triple H at Mania. So
I'm assuming that's the main event, right?
Sorry?
I'm assuming that's like the main event.
That's the main event, yeah.
Yeah. I gotta be honest. The main event picture is really boring me on Raw. Right. And it's not so much the characters. It's just that there's really no story. Like, I'm gonna issue a very, very unpopular opinion, but I gotta say it. I don't care about Brock Lesnar being there,
right?
Because Brock Lesnar, I feel, has taken the spot of where John Cena was a few years ago, where he's been built up to be such a superpower that the shenanigans required to make him to remain keeping him that strong character but letting other people win is too complicated, you know. And I don't like the fact that the only way that they're humanizing Brock Lesnar is to punch him in the dick. Do you know that? Yeah. The only way that people can get the upper hand on Brock Lesnar is to punch him in the dick.
What is the fascination with this booking of like punching Brock in the cock? I don't get it. Like, it happens like more often than not. I just don't get it. Yeah, that is weird. I'm not really looking forward to the main event. I like Ambrose. I'm not a person who hates Reigns either. You know, I think he's a hard worker. You know, I respect Reigns. He's been put in that position. I think he's improved. Whatever. Yeah. But it's just not grabbing me, man. I kind of want to see Reigns or Ambrose turn heel. I want somebody to do it, and I'm hoping that's the way it's going to go. And like, will it be Brock versus Triple H at Mania? Are they actually going to drop this whole Wyatt's bullshit? Let's hope so, but we'll get to that in a minute. So it looks like it may be Brock versus Triple H at Mania. But then you look at like the last few weeks on Raw, and a lot of focus has been on Ambrose. Have you noticed this? Like, a lot of it has been on Ambrose. And
I heard he lost the Intercontinental Championship this past week, right?
Yeah, to Owens now, yeah. Which it should have happened fucking weeks ago, let's be honest. But at least it did happen before the pay-per-view. Thank fuck. I mean,
I kind of think it should have happened back at the Rumble, to be honest.
Yeah. Anybody, if you had logical sense, you know, that's what you would say. But obviously we're talking about the WWE main product here, so that kind of just goes out the window a little bit. But who do I want to win? Would it be interesting if Ambrose won the triple threat somehow and it ended up being Ambrose versus Brock at Mania? That'd just be weird to me. Yeah. I mean, I like Ambrose, I like Brock, but like, can you imagine that booked to Mania? That would be bizarre. But if that's what you want to do. But I think the more likely situation is going to be Triple H and Brock, maybe. I don't know. And then maybe Ambrose versus Reigns. Because if, let's say Ambrose does win, and it ends up being Ambrose versus Triple H or whatever, what are you going to do with, like, Reigns? Are they going to do Reigns versus Brock? Or, like, what's Brock going to do? You know, who knows? Like,
yeah.
So, who knows? to be honest with you, I don't really care enough to keep talking about it, but that's what's going to happen. Guess we'll wait and see. I just want to see what the main event is going to be at Mania at this point. Like just give it to me. What's the title match going to be?
Yeah, it's a really, I don't know. I feel like at this point, considering all the players in the main event, that's probably the least interested aspect of Mania that I'm looking forward to.
Exactly. Yeah. We pretty okay to see Triple H wrestle, but depends who he's against. We'll see. But that brings me to I might as well just talk about the Bray Wyatt stuff now, because at the Rumble it was kind of being set up to be Brock versus Bray, wasn't it? I mean, that's what our worry was. Strowman's been getting a bigger push. I've heard he's like a Vince McMahon favorite, obviously, being the big guy that he is. But I guess it kind of looks like they're doing away with that now, because at Fastlane it's going to be Ryback, Big Show, and Kane versus the Wyatt family. So 4 Wyatt members. Yeah, that was made this. It wasn't even made on Raw. It's kind of set. That's actually what the Go Home show was for Fastlane. Like, that was a Go Home segment at the end of Raw. Ryback, Big Show, and Kane standing in the ring. Yeah, in 2016.
Well, okay. So I haven't been watching Raw much lately. Can you sum up how this happened? Like, where like the Wyatts like beating up like Big Show or something, and then the others came
something like that, and. They had like a thing with, Ryback came rushing out. Well, basically it was billed as like Strowman versus Big Show. That was the main event on Raw this past week.
Wow.
Yeah, okay. That was the last segment on Raw. And, Ryback came out at the end to kind of help the odds because the Wyatt family was kicking the shit out of Big Show. Then Kane came up from under the ring. And that was the end of Raw. That's how it went off the air. Like, watch SmackDown, and that was that. Okay. So that is a match. That has got to be my least match I've been looking forward to out of any match in recent memory, I think. To be honest with you, isn't that just fucking right? I just want to be clear. I don't moan too much about wrestling. I don't really care. But this match, fucking Jesus, fuck off. Who can really be arsed with this shit? Can anybody be arsed with this shit? Don't get me wrong. I did watch the Stone Cold podcast with Big Show this past week on the WWE Network. And, Big Show's an alright guy. I like him.
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to listen to him. But, dude, I'm just... he's just doing what he's told. I appreciate that. But as a fan, how can they keep getting it so wrong? Do the bookers really think that people want to see this?
Yeah. I continue to question why the WWE refuses to pull the trigger on Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt family. Like, I'm still rooting for those guys to finally get some kind of notable push, because I feel like they deserve it. I feel like they've put a lot of hard work and effort into creating something that you don't really see in the WWE anymore. And time after time, they're teased with these really great moments, and then they just
Bray loses.
They get it taken away from them. I'm just like, why are you wasting so much potential?
Yeah. I mean, I would have said that a year or so ago, maybe. I didn't quite like the idea of Bray, but I'm just soured on the old Wyatt family these days. I'm just so bored of them. The promos doing nothing to me. I like Luke Harper.
Yeah.
Big fan of Luke Harper. I'm a fan of Bray, but... no one wants to see this match. Why the fuck are they facing these 3? Why is it 3 on 4? I kind of wish they had something going with this, where like, we've got a mystery 4th person, just to make me a little bit interested in watching it on Sunday.
I have a feeling it's 3 on 4, so that when the 3 win, it looks like a bigger win. Because I don't think the Wyatts are winning.
They cannot book the Wyatts down on this, surely.
I don't know.
If at least make them win this, because Kane and Big Show do not need these wins. Whatever. But who knows? Again, we'll wait and see what happens. People are saying they want to see Goldberg be the 4th man. Like, people want the Goldberg versus Ryback match, apparently, because Ryback's wearing trunks these days. Have you seen him in his like dark trunks?
He's not wearing the Rob Van Dam outfit anymore.
No, it's like wearing Goldberg attire these days, and like people are chanting like Goldberg again, whatever. But yeah,
people
what else
really want to see Goldberg? I feel like Goldberg is way past his prime. I'm sorry. I mean, he might still be... he might still be fit and everything, but I don't know.
Nostalgia trip.
I guess,
get him in.
Yeah.
But what else we got? Let's talk about the IC belt because obviously Kevin Owens won it on Raw. So
Yeah.
this Sunday he's going against Dolph Ziggler for the IC title, and there's been a bit of a 50-50 booking these past few weeks with Ziggler and Owens, and I'm glad to see Owens get the title. He definitely is definitely more suited to it than Ambrose is in the main event picture.
Yeah.
But I'm just hoping for a good match. I'm sure Owens will be good. Ziggler's usually good, although he's kind of taken a role of a jobber these past few months until they started doing 50-50 with Owens, but we'll see. Should be a good match. I'm a big fan of Owens, so...
Yeah, they're both good workers.
Yeah, that'll be good. Might open the show. Who knows?
Yeah.
But also got a Kalisto versus Del Rio.
Again?
Yeah, but it's I think it's a 2 out of 3 falls match this time, so...
So it's for realsies this time.
Oh, yeah. It's to, obviously to prove that those 2 wins against Del Rio were a fluke.
Yeah. That's
okay.
Really I think, honestly, I think they have pretty good chemistry, other than the fact that Kalisto botched a whole bunch of stuff at Rumble. Yeah. Or there was some funky stuff going on, but I like them working together, so...
You know what the most thing botched at the Rumble was? The camera work. Oh my fucking god. Why has it been so bad recently? Have you noticed? It's like there's so many zooms in and shit. It's really distracting, man. It's not just me either. I've seen it.
There were several times after Roman Reigns got taken out by the League of Nations where they kept cutting back to him for no reason, and they were missing the action in the ring. I was just like... Well,
we didn't even see Kofi get eliminated. It was like on the shoulders of like Big E or whatever, and then... But yeah, Divas matches at Fastlane. We've got 2 of them this year.
Oh.
Yeah, so let's start with a title match. So it's going to be Charlotte, with Ric Flair, obviously, against Brie Bella in a singles match for the championship. So
wow, Brie Bella. What?
Yeah, Brie.
Is this like
yeah,
like a little gift because of the Daniel Bryan?
Well, the thing is like it was kind of going on a couple of weeks before that.
Okay.
To give them credit, but it is pretty weird. A lot of people don't like Charlotte's like promo skills. I mean, she does speak really slow.
Yeah.
But they had a promo on Raw with Brie and Charlotte in the ring, and I thought it was a good promo, to be honest with you. A lot of people shit on it just because it is Charlotte and Brie, but I thought it was a good segment. Charlotte did a good promo, like concern trolling Brie basically by saying, I'm really sorry to hear about Daniel, and like, I understand that you have to keep working for the money. You know what I mean? It was like, it was like, oh, you fucker. You know what I mean? But she's not the best at like delivering stuff, but I thought it was really good. I quite liked it, and he had a bit of like a thing, at that, and it should be an okay match. We'll see. I'm not a big fan of Brie.
Yeah.
But, she's going to retire soon, it looks like. So are they going to put the title on her and then have her leave? Who knows how that's going to go? But
just start that family, yo.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
honestly, I wouldn't blame her to retire. I feel like...
Oh, yeah. She said the time's coming, so
yeah,
it's going to happen soon. I just don't know whether it's going to be with a belt.
Plus, she's got that lush Total Divas contract anyway, so...
Oh, yeah, man. I watch that show religiously. I fucking love that shit. I don't care what anyone says. But we have got another Divas match, which is a little bit more interesting. So it's going to be Becky... Well, sort of interesting. It's going to be Becky Lynch and Sasha. Sasha Banks, my favourite.
Versus the remaining Team Bad, I think. Are they even still calling themselves Team Bad?
Yeah, I think they are. So it's Naomi and Tamina, but kind of a tag match. It's kind of been built okay-ish, for what little time they've had. So, I'm a big fan of Sasha, so...
Let me know, because I think the last time I saw anything of this, Sasha was still with Team Bad, but then they turned on her when she didn't want their help. So what, is Sasha a good guy now?
No, she's like a tweener. She's like... There was like beating the shit out of like Becky Lynch. And Becky Lynch came out to help her, basically.
Right.
And then like... Becky Lynch was getting beat up, and then she came out. I've been doing it for a few weeks. Like, Sasha would be on commentary during the match, and then both of them would end up teaming up on Becky in the ring. You know what I mean? And Sasha will get up and like cause some shit. And she's kind of like saying, "Oh yeah, I'm only here because I don't like those guys, and they kind of, you know what I mean, they're kind of teasing it basically that they're going to be friends, but yeah, she's kind of out for herself, but kind of working with Becky just because it kind of makes sense when you watch it. I'm not doing a good job explaining it, but yeah,
it's kind of like enemy of my enemies or whatever that term is.
Sasha's always had that role though, and that's what I really like about her. Like, even when she was like, I mean, she probably did a major heel part when she was against Bayley, but you still can't help but like think of her as a tweener because she can just wrestle like fuck basically. Those NXT fans are going to be a fan of her, and obviously if you're familiar with that work, you're going to be a fan of her in WWE. Everyone loves Sasha. She's by far one of my favorite wrestlers in the company at the moment.
Yeah,
I'm really happy.
I think I pretty much
broke her off.
I think I pretty much consider her probably one of the best wrestlers around today. Yeah. Then again, I don't know a lot of wrestlers, but still.
Oh yeah, she's amazing. Yeah, I think she's really great. And so that is the Fastlane card basically. I mean,
wow.
I'm not too excited about it, but I'll watch it.
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be that must-see match, honestly.
Oh, of course, there's AJ versus Jericho, of course, I'm forgetting about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, how could I forget? The best match on the card. AJ versus Jericho. I was saving the best for last and completely missed it. But yeah, AJ Jericho. So, what's your thoughts on that?
They had a match on the first Raw after the Rumble, which was
so okay. They had a match which AJ won.
Yeah.
And then AJ had a couple of matches. He had one with Axel on main event. He had a good one with The Miz. And then he had another match with Jericho on SmackDown, which Jericho won clean. And then he's won one, he's won the other.
Right. So and this then is the deciding match. Best of 3?
This is basically the rubber match, so it's actually been built up pretty well. I'll tell you what they've done a good job with in this feud is making people tune into SmackDown, because AJ had a really good match with Miz on Raw this past week. Really, really good match, man. Really good. Like, I'm going to say it again. I don't know if I've ever said this on Atomic Drop, but I actually like The Miz. Like, I think he's like good. He's like really got good mic skills, like he always has.
Yep.
And I'm just a fan of the guy, man. Like, he's always been a fan of the business. Like, always been a fan of wrestling, and I was really happy for him when he finally became a wrestler because it's something he was a fan of for so long. And it's actually good. It's actually it's got a lot better in the ring. I think a lot of people like harp on him about like his in-ring ability and his inability to catch people and to dive out of the ring, but that's another issue. But yeah, man, he's really competent, I think, and he had a really good match with AJ, and I think just given the right opponent and given the right platform, I think he does a really good job, and I've got nothing bad to say about The Miz, man. I can see why people maybe don't like him, but I think he does a good job as playing a heel, and yeah, I like him. He had a great match with AJ, basically. So yeah, I am interested in this match. Should be good. Jericho AJ rubber match. Be good to see AJ on his first WWE pay-per-view anyway, so that's going to be a plus.
Can I just say, though, it's so surreal seeing AJ Styles in WWE.
It's fucking bizarre, man. It's really weird to kind of wrap your head around it.
Especially for me, because, like, the last time I saw this man was, like, in, 2008?
Really?
With that three-way sort of rivalry with Samoa Joe and Christopher Daniels in the X Division in TNA. That was, I think, that was about the last time I saw AJ Styles. So to see him now is just like, it's kind of like seeing, like, I don't know, an old acquaintance that you knew way back, and then now they're like, they've done something with their life, and you're just like, good on you, man. Good on you.
Yeah, it's done really well, man. It's so crazy seeing him in WWE. It's like blows my fucking mind. Like, I can't even comprehend it. Like, even when I see him come, it's like, well, it's been like almost a month-ish.
Yeah.
I still can't wrap my head around it when I see him. I'm just like, fucking hell, man. This guy's like in the WWE. I never thought I'd see it today at one point. It's really crazy. So I'm really happy for him. I'm hoping it's going to be an Owens versus AJ match at Mania for the IC belt. Make it happen. Come on, please. Please. It's got to be done, man.
They do have that feud of brewing because it started with the Rumble because Owens eliminated AJ. So
it needs to happen. It needs to happen, man.
Yeah,
that would be come on, WWE, don't fuck it up. Even that's the match I want to see, but there's still other people that could put AJ against, and I'd still be interested. But that is the match everybody wants to see.
Yeah,
if they don't do it, I hope they've got a good reason for it, and they're just building it up. I kind of want to see a good feud, though, as well, because, like, obviously they've only got a month until Mania. That's a few weeks. I'm sure they could, like, build it up to a credible kind of feud. Owens is great, so whatever he does, you're going to invest in. But I'd love to see that. But yeah, man, it's going to be a good Mania weekend, because they've also got the takeover that weekend, which is going to outshine. It's probably going to outshine Mania, to be honest with you, because I think they're doing Nakamura versus Zayn on that card. So
yeah, which is weird because they haven't actually officially announced that, like, on an actual televised thing, right?
Yeah, there's still obviously the tapings are still playing out, so
yeah,
and things like that. But they've obviously announced Nakamura, so yeah, man. Who knows?
It is kind of a bummer because because I read that I think last week that Nakamura versus Zayn is a thing. So it's just kind of like this whole thing going on in NXT with Zayn and Joe is sort of just like moot now, because who's going to come out on top, or you know the outcome of that situation.
Yeah, I ain't even considered that, to be honest with you, because I don't really read NXT spoilers. But when you put it like that, yeah, I guess it kind of does. But yeah, I'm unfamiliar. But yeah, I've been watching NXT as always, and
yeah,
great stuff every week. I really enjoy NXT for the hour that it's on.
Honestly, this week I'm super happy with NXT because the Perfect 10, Ty Dillinger, finally won a match in NXT. It's been a while.
And it was against Alex Riley, which is a bonus because he's a fucking... Who likes that guy? Nobody.
Is Alex Riley purposely trying to be the discount Triple H now?
I don't even know what he's trying to be. It's like a hobo these days. I don't get it. Like,
his Titantron is green. He's wearing like black tights with like the white arts, and the knee pads and the boots and the arm tape.
You need to start calling him the player or something. You know what I mean? Like, give him like something. Isn't his like nickname Rage? Like Rage, Alex Riley. Whatever. But I also want to point out this week's NXT was really good. I really liked the finish. I really liked the Joe finish with Sami Zayn. Really good.
It was a little weird though, because
it was, but I thought they pulled it off.
Zayn was the one who probably should have got that win. I feel like he had a better pin than Joe.
Yeah,
just because the placement was sort of awkward,
Yeah, but you can say that, but at the same time, the ref did make the right decision. Look how we're dropping all kayfabe now and actually talking like like marks. Like, yeah, he didn't fucking win it. No, I thought in the situation that it was like, it could have been so shit, you know what I mean? It could have been like so bad. Oh my god, like a draw. But I think I was actually kind of shocked that I actually did like buy into it a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I thought. But yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
The only reason I'm not upset about it is because that means we're gonna get another Joe versus Zayn match. So, I'm down for that.
Man. Keep it coming. And that was actually a first time ever kind of deal. That was Joe versus Zayn. So singles. So
yeah, it's pretty good.
Still excited. I love Asuka, man. Asuka's like one of my favorites.
Yes.
She's so fucking good, man. I love how to tease the Asuka versus Bayley kind of thing, like last week it was, where she like stroked the belt. I thought that was like a nice little nuance they did. Obviously looks like they've got a match coming up in a couple of weeks, or is it this one coming now? Nia Jax and Eva versus who is it? I think it's Bayley and who is it? Bayley and
Carmella?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, Carmella. Big fan of Carmella as well. Big fan of all the NXT girls, really. Pretty down on Eva, but...
since they paired her with Nia Jax, been much better.
To be honest with you, I've got to say, what I can't stand about Eva is just, I feel like she's acting every time and like reading lines. Like, I'm not a big fan of her promos.
Very robotic.
Yeah, I couldn't get into that. But I've got to say, the backstage promo she did with Nia this past week, I actually thought a little better.
Yep. She actually had some like gravitas and smugness to it. It was something that has been missing from her promos all this time.
Yeah, but I can shit on Eva all day, but I'm gonna give her props where it's due. I actually like her on Total Divas now as well. So
honestly, I give her props because nothing has really come of it, but she did want to go back to development and try to improve. So
yeah, I'm down.
Yeah.
And Yeah, but we could talk about NXT all day.
Yeah.
Big fan of American Alpha. Big fan of the old tag division, but American Alpha are my favorites. Heard that big Cass and Enzo are going to be moving up soon to the main roster apparently. Might even be sometime around Fastlane, I've heard, but we'll see. I don't know. But
I don't know,
yeah,
they still have some unfinished business with Dash and Dawson. Which, by the way, I like that team, man. Some people are down on that team. I love that team, man. Old school, just, straight to the point. Got no fancy gimmicks or anything.
Yeah, I'm down with that. Yeah,
but anyway.
I'm the same.
Yeah.
I just wanted to touch on a new network show that got announced, which is like this cruiserweight tournament that Triple H is set up. Have you heard about this?
I read the headline.
Yeah, so basically they've got this. I heard about it a few weeks ago, but finally got announced, and it's they're going to be bringing up from cruiserweights from all around the world, and doing a tournament style show, from wrestlers who aren't even in WWE. Maybe some are, but a lot of it's going to be outside talent from organizations like Revolution Pro and all that kind of stuff. So
that's pretty cool.
Pretty exciting, man. Yeah, if you're a fan of the indie scene, there's going to be a lot of the guys coming in just for this tournament. Sounds good.
I'm guessing that's going to be a network exclusive too.
Yeah. No wrestlers announced, but obviously people are guessing. You might see people like Sabre Jr. in there, maybe Ricochet. Who knows?
Oh, Ricochet. He's doing good work in Lucha Underground, man.
Prince Puma, right? That's what his name is in Lucha. Yeah, I can't watch it. Dude, legally, I don't think I can. So
I'll tell you this much: if you have El Rey Network and you're not watching Lucha Underground, you are missing out.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
I would.
So here's the thing, right? People like to compare WWE to Lucha Underground, and I say don't do that, because Lucha Underground is in its own stratosphere, man. Lucha Underground is not a wrestling promotion with a TV show. It's a TV show about a wrestling promotion. Because
it's crazy. Yeah.
Let me just describe to you guys, if you're not watching, some of the characters we got in Lucha Underground. Okay, we got a literal dragon, a guy who's a literal dragon. He turns into a dragon, flies away, can blow fire. We got a Starman, a time traveling Starman. Okay, he was there when the Aztecs were alive. Okay, and he can fly. He's got rocket boots or something. He's like Iron Man.
What the hell?
Every time a new character is introduced this season, it's like a fighting game. Literally, they're attacked by masked men. The masked men are luchadors. Damn, Justin Gabriel, awesome. He goes by PJ Black in Lucha Underground. He's called the Darewolf. I don't know.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm pretty sure if Lucha Underground keeps going this way, he's gonna be a literal wolf by the end.
He's gonna actually turn into one.
Yeah, and I mean his intro was literally him driving up in a motorcycle to I think an abandoned motel or something, and he gets ambushed by a couple of luchadors. I'm like, what's even going on? I don't care. This is awesome.
Yep. It's fucked. I want to watch it, but now season 2 started. I still haven't seen season 1. I want to marathon season 1. There's no legal way for me to do it.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do?
It's tough.
I don't think there's even I don't think there's even a decent legal way to watch it, to be honest with you. But I just Netflix, somebody just fucking put them online. So make a deal. I think they have actually made a deal with something, but maybe I can do it now. But I think it might just be season 2. But I want to watch season 1 first. But I've heard really good things, and I definitely recommend, if people haven't seen it, at least watch it if you can. I've got an excuse. I can't watch it really, but if you're in the US and you get that network, then do what Keaton says and watch that shit, because it's good stuff.
I mean, I've got the El Rey Network, but it's only the SD version.
Bro, I've heard this. Yeah, I've heard this.
It's terrible quality, but it's something. At least I get to watch it. So I'm kind of on the lucky side, but
exactly, man.
Yeah, Lucha Underground is such a breath of fresh air from the stagnant sort of nature of just usual pro wrestling TV. It's you don't even really need to like pro wrestling to like Lucha Underground.
Exactly, I've heard that. I've heard they're actually considering a movie for 2018. What? What?
Wow.
Yeah, I don't even know. I just saw a headline or saw something to do with that, but
I could see it happening, man. Dude, Rey Mysterio is in Lucha Underground now. And
Yeah, so I've heard. Yeah.
the story he's in right now is it's going places, man. I could see a movie.
God, man, I need to watch this shit. I'm going to illegally find a way to marathon season 1. I'm done. I can't wait anymore.
Yeah,
But I just need to find a way to, I'll watch it at some
it's
point.
fun. The other cool thing
that's all I've heard. Fun. It's just fun.
Yeah.
That's what I've
The other
heard,
cool thing I will give Lucha Underground too is there's a lot of intergender matches with men fighting women, and the women actually kick butt. Like Ivelisse, who was like in Tough Enough in WWE. Holy moly! I don't know why she's not in the WWE now, because she's doing really good stuff, and it's partly the writing. Her character is writing, but she can handle her own in the ring. So it's been pretty cool.
Yeah, man, it sounds awesome, and hopefully one day I can watch. But I guess we should be trying to come to an end here. There's a couple more stuff I want to touch on quick. I want to touch on Undertaker at WrestleMania, just because he's not had any role in TV yet, and there's nothing set up for him to be at Mania, but he is going to be at Mania. Apparently the original thing was going to be Cena, but obviously Cena's out injured. People don't know if he's going to be back in time. He'll be pushing it if he does, but again, it is Cena. He always comes back from injuries quick. The report came out in the last few days of this recording saying that Taker's opponent is going to be someone who's not currently an active wrestler. Well, that's the rumor.
Okay.
According to Meltzer of the Observer newsletter. But so that could mean anything. It could mean somebody in WWE is not currently an active wrestler. I guess you could put Sting in that category. I guess you could put The Rock in that category. Austin.
Wouldn't it be hilarious if it was Nakamura? Just, you know what? Screw it. Nakamura versus Undertaker. What?
Yeah, that would be crazy. I mean,
never gonna happen, but
yeah. I mean, Baylor's name's been thrown around, but again, they're gonna be having an NXT show the night before. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's probably not gonna be somebody from NXT, but who knows, man, what they're going to do. But I just wanted to drop that, and I don't know.
Yeah. Honestly, it doesn't take much these days to set up an Undertaker match. You just have Undertaker come out, look at the sign, have the other guy look at the sign, that's it,
That's it. Done. But yeah, we'll see what happens there. And I guess we'll wrap this up by talking about one of the things that happened on Raw like a couple of weeks ago, which was pretty shitty. For me, obviously Daniel Bryan retired.
Yep.
Really, just a fucking downer, basically. It got announced beforehand, and you're kind of thinking, oh, fuck, is this really happening? Like, can I really be... I don't want to see this. Everyone was hoping Bryan would come back and get cleared. But it's really sad.
I'm sure there are a lot of people who are like, please be a Mark Henry moment.
Yeah, a lot of people thinking that, and I guess the hope just kind of dwindled throughout the day. And man, that whole last segment was just... I don't think people really understand when you don't watch wrestling. I've been watching it for so many years now. Like, that when you see these like retirement speeches, and it's not part of like a storyline or anything like that, it fucking is hard to watch for me, man. I don't like it at all. Like, it's really sad when it's somebody you've been watching for many, many years, and you kind of know the person, and, you've been watching them work in like numerous like wrestling organizations, and it finally comes to this time where they've got to retire. It's really hard to watch, man. It can get pretty emotional, at least for me.
Yeah. I did like that Bryan didn't really make it all about himself. Like, he made sure that his retirement speech was very inviting and very universal, I guess.
Yeah, he was kind of, thanking all the like influences that like got into where he was. You know what I mean? Like he said, he was grateful, and like you can really resonate with that, and like he's always had that kind of like character anyway, especially in the WWE. Where people just like are kind of like just drawn to him. Because he does come across like just a normal dude, you know what I mean? It's just like a guy who just loves wrestling, and as a fan, that's what I like to see, wrestling. So it's really easy to be likable and be like, like a guy you love to watch. So yeah, really sad. I thought his speech was really, really good.
Yep.
I was really sad at the end of it, and just shit that he had to retire, but I'm glad he did. You know? I'm in that situation where, it's recommended that you do retire. Every time I always say, I'm glad. I want to see them retire. I don't want to see them work to the point where they, get permanent damage or something like that.
Yeah, especially someone like Daniel Bryan. It's like
yeah,
I want that man to live as long as he can.
Yeah, just a really great wrestler. Done a lot. Remember watching him like American Dragon. I actually got to see him wrestle William Regal live.
Nice.
Yeah, man. William Regal is one of my all-time favorites, and always been a big fan of Danielson. So when I got to see those two wrestle live on the UK tour, a few years ago, like 2010 now, but man, that was just a great match. Really glad I got to see that. And yeah, man, just a bittersweet thing, but it happens, and I'm glad he can go off and have a family now and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, really good body of work, man. Just a great wrestler.
Yeah, I think him in particular, I guess maybe, someone argues CM Punk more, but I think it's thanks to talent like Daniel Bryan that we're seeing
100%.
the WWE much more open to the non-traditional looking wrestlers.
Yeah, Zayn, Balor.
Yep.
All those guys you can like probably say are there because of people like Daniel Bryan, at least in some aspect.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, he definitely changed the way like younger kind of smaller guys are seen. At least he was part of that change. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But
I wouldn't be surprised if he was also the a good catalyst behind really looking at the independent scene and being like, there's a lot of good talent here. We just need to look a little deeper and take a little bit more notice. So
yeah. And all the respect to Daniel Bryan.
Yep.
I guess we can't really say much more than what's already been said elsewhere, but
yeah,
great wrestler. But I guess we'll wrap this up now. Let's end on a lighter note. It would be nice to end on the respect of Daniel Bryan, but Titus O'Neil, what was that about? He's been suspended 60 days. Have you? What is this? Crazy, man.
I guess
Did you watch it live as well and think, that was weird?
Yeah. I feel like maybe the punishment was a little harsh, but then again, you don't do that.
I'm in two minds about it. Like, it was I remember watching it live. I was thinking that was kind of weird.
Yeah, there's a time and place, man, and I think I'm hopeful that Titus O'Neil realizes, that was probably the wrong thing to do.
Yeah,
I'll just
take it.
Just take it and just come back.
The thing as well, though, at the time I remember watching, I'm thinking, that was weird. Like, was he just like shaking his hand? It was just bizarre the way it looked, but I didn't really think much of it. You know what I mean? Like, after it ended, I thought, that was a bit weird. Completely forgot about it. And then the next day, I'm seeing like Titus O'Neil suspended. I thought it was a joke at first. Like when I saw the headline, I thought I was reading like kayfabe news or something, like some kind of parody website. And like, no, it turns out he has actually been suspended. But hey, there you go. It'll be interesting to see what happens when he comes back. Like, who knows? But,
again, I don't think it didn't look malicious. Like from both parties, it looked like a fun thing. But again, I think it was just a matter of timing. Like everyone was there to celebrate Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a weird timing of that as well. You didn't want just like any other segment. You know what I mean? It was.
Yeah.
But hey, who knows? I don't even get it.
I think the internet was more outraged at Titus O'Neil's thing than Titus O'Neil was.
Oh yeah. Oh, I wasn't. Yeah. It was just a weird thing. I won't say I was outraged or anything like that.
I think I even saw some people claiming racism. Like, what?
Oh yeah, a lot of people. Yeah, I don't think that's not. Come on. But then again, you do have to like. No, I'm not saying. Actually, let me rephrase this quick. I'm not saying in terms of race that's bullshit. Whatever.
Yeah.
But you have to like question like if it was like a bigger star, would it have been applied? I don't think so.
Maybe
if it was someone like Lesnar or Reigns or I don't think it would have been a 60-day over WrestleMania punishment. But
sure. But the counter to that, I would say,
could...
is anyone who is paid more than Titus O'Neil knows not to do that in the first place.
That's probably true. That's probably true. He did do it. That's how it was. Not much more to be said about it. But yeah, Fastlane, when this goes up, will be tonight. We'll be watching it. Next time we're doing one of these, I guess we'll be building up to Mania. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully it's a good pay-per-view. Not one I'm really looking forward to, but hopefully it sets up some good matches for Mania on the fast lane to WrestleMania. So yeah, it's so bad. But there it is. And yeah, thanks for listening, guys. If you made it this far, and let us know your thoughts if you're going to be watching the card. If you have watched the card by the time you listen to this, and yeah, we'll talk some wrestling in the comment section. But until next time, guys, thanks for listening, and we'll see you then.
Oh yeah, still got to figure out a great outro.
Yeah, we need a good outro. I'm starting to think doing impressions might be the way to go, but
we'll see you on the next Drop Pod, brother.
Yeah.
Or not brother.
You know what I always liked?
Yeah.
You know what I always liked? I used to be just saying on like one of my old school VHS videotapes of like, it's like the best of like Wrestling 92 or something, and it was always like Roddy Piper over this music, and he would go, "If they don't have it in your local video store, ask for it." I don't know how we can tie that into this podcast, but maybe we can do something along those lines. But yeah, that was a good one.
We should just end every episode with "ask for it." No explanation, just ask for it.
Yeah, if you didn't listen, it'd be kind of weird because we could be like, if you didn't listen to this all the way through, then ask for it. I don't know. We'll
then rewind.
Yeah. If we don't upload another one within a month, ask for it. There it is. The late great Roddy Piper. See you next time, guys.
Bye.